This mounting yard is brought to you by the Racing.com Tipping Hub. National form, tips and analysis. Download wherever you get your apps.
John Philip Stokes with a two-pronged attack in race one. He's got the favourite Regal Azmon. He's also got the top weight Aaron Bay.
Aaron Bay was much better second up at Bendigo in the Golden Mile. He possibly should have finished a shade closer. He was looking for a run inside horses. We know he's a class horse, but he does have 62.5 kilos. Air
Assault, excellent first up in the Matrice, but only beat one home in the city of Adelaide.
Weights were a little bit against him last time, but as you say, Terry, it was a plain run. He's a horse that often gets himself really worked up in the yard. This is the best I've seen him parade, I think, ever. He's much more relaxed today.
$8 with Sportsbet. Connor Glewis, Andrew and Sue's youngest son, on strapping duties there, makes his A-grade debut today for Shocks Amateurs in the Div 1 competition. So good luck to young Connor. Number 3, Chicago Storm.
Interesting runner, Chicago Storm. He's a quality horse at his best. He was just fair first up behind Aviatrix, but he did cover ground. He's been back to the Murray Bridge jump out since then. His run last autumn in the Carnival in the Cummings was enormous when he led them up and led by a number of lengths. I'm very wary of him because he's definitely good enough to win.
OK, $8.50 with Sportsbet, $23 for the 4 Macon, former Singapore galloper. One run here in SA for Aaron Bain and Ned Taylor.
Didn't do too much first up behind Aviatrix, but was eased late and should have finished a little bit closer. He's been back to the barrier trial since then and trialled really well. He went better than his stablemate Dual Pressure. It was a good quality trial and he went well. Another horse in the trial was See You in Heaven. He had See You in Heaven covered as well. Needs rapid improvement, but his trial says he's going better than his form.
The 5 New York Hurricane. First up today for Liam Howley, John.
Interestingly placed first up. He's a good galloper at his best, but most of his best form has been around about 2,000 metres. For a first up horse, this horse looks absolutely fantastic in the yard. He's brilliantly presented. He's done plenty of work. His recent barrier trial was solid.
He's been spec'd, $20 into $14. What about the 6 Pudding going around at a big price?
Pudding's just lost his way a little bit. He won a race at Sandown around about a year ago, and since then he's run 9th, 11th, 10th, 10th, 13th and 8th. He's going to need a severe form turnaround, but as we know, he's a quality galloper when he's right.
The favourite, number 7, Regal Azmon, and pretty clearly it's into $2.25 with Sportsbet right at the moment, John.
I think he looks beautifully placed in this race. He's on the minimum weight. Lockie Neindorf jumps on board. The Stokes Yard are exceptionally good at placing these horses when they come from Victoria to South Australia. His run last start at benchmark 84 grade with a big weight was great. He got blocked a couple of times in the straight. He hit the line well. All of his recent ratings must put him in the finish of this race.
OK, the 8 is Bamyan Buddha, $15 with Sportsbet. He's a very honest galloper, John.
He is. His career record is reflective of that. 8 wins and 14 minor placings from 39 attempts. 2 starts ago, he was able to win in a small field, but that was when he was on a 7-day backup, and nearly all of his victories have come on that quick backup. He goes into this off a 14-day backup.
Tani Treasure's on a 7-day backup. We saw her in action at Oakbank last week. She's at $8.50 right at the moment with Sportsbet.
She was going 2 months between runs last time and maybe would have needed the run a little bit. Either way, she hit the line well in what was a weaker grade race. She definitely need a career best to win this, but she's a really genuine mare.
John Hickmott and Corinna Riggs with a couple of old marvels in this race. 10 Magnetic Edge is one of them.
Also ran at Oakbank in the Vintage last start and finished just a shade worse than midfield. Most of his recent form isn't up to this grade.
OK, he's at massive odds. The 11 is Surprise Coming, about a quarter of that price, $26.
Blinkers coming off Surprise Coming today. He has run some good races without blinkers early in his career. Just seems to be going a little bit below his best. All 3 runs this prep, he's hit the line OK, but he hasn't returned ratings that'll win this race.
Dolcemente second up today, and she ran at Oakbank last week in the Queen of the Hills, won by Gilladora.
She finished just behind Tani Treasure in that race. She got a fair way back and held ground solidly in the straight. Got a feeling she'd need easier and maybe a shade further.
And Francis Boy, been a remarkable horse, an 11-year-old. He's won 19 races and $750,000.
He has been a fantastic horse, Francis Boy, and he's still winning races this racing season, which is a credit to him and his trainers John Hickmott and Corinna Riggs. 2 runs since the fresh and have been well below par though, and even though he might lead them up, he won't be up to this grade.
Your numbers here, John, for the opener.
Very keen that Regal Azmon will be right in the finish, if not winning. I put him on top. I've made him my best bet of the day. Aaron Bay and Chicago Storm both have to give him plenty of weight, but they're quality horses and can be in the finish. And I put Banyan Buddha in for 4th, but I'm very keen on Regal Azmon.
And Maddie, the punters have really warmed to John's best bet here on the program, number 7, Regal Azmon.
Spot on, Terry. Yeah, $2.15 with Sportsbet. That's off the back of weight of money, weight of bets, and also smart money. So, yeah, it's heading in one direction with Regal Azmon, $3.40 and $2.15. Aaron Bay's seen a little bit of specking, despite the fact that he's been $5.50 out to $7.50. Over the last hour or so, he's hovered around that quote, so that drift was when markets opened. Air Assault there, $6.50 out to $7.50. Tani Treasure at $9. Chicago Storm is the best of those at double-figure odds at $10. But, yeah, Regal Azmon, there's a lot of people who will be cheering him home in the very first. Bet returns, I mentioned these just before. Jump on the Sportsbet app. You can check those out. We're playing across Moonee Valley, Randwick and the Group 1 race day there at Morphettville races 1 to 6. If you're betting the win, you will get a bonus bet back if your horse runs 2nd or 3rd. So jump on the Sportsbet app and check out what's available for you in there. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Big day for the local trainers. These Group 1 days, we're always trying to fend off the Victorians and the New South Wales visitors. Andrew Lewis looking to do that. You've got 4 key chances across the day, Andrew. It's nice to have a strong team in on a Group 1 day.
Yeah, it's a good time for racing here in South Australia, and I really enjoy our carnival, and pleased that the stable can present a few races, horses in races today that are of a bit of class. So it's an exciting day for us and an exciting day for our racing.
Air Assault kicks it off. Do we just, forgive last start? My rule is forgive a good horse 1 bad run. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, he started off really well. He raced really well first up over 6 furlongs, and then straight to 1500 second up, and he sort of raced on the pace, which was quite sturdy or just behind, and yeah, it just took his toll on him, and all the emails sort of came in and told me that as well, that I didn't have him fit, but he regrouped from that, and he presents really well today, and I was really happy with the way he paraded today. He was really composed today, so yeah, if that's an indication of his performance, he should go well, although barrier 12, he's got the visitors gate, but yeah, he'll overcome that. I think he'll race well.
Stubby knows him better than anyone. Is that the plan, to roll forward from that wide gate and try and find a spot in the first 2 or 3?
Yeah, we'll roll with the horse. That's his profile, and that's worked over time. So Jason will be not so much positive, but let him find himself in that first little bit of the field, and if that's leading, that's fine. If it's behind a good pace set by others, then that'll be okay as well. But yeah, it's going to be a frantic first corner, I suppose.
They're loading here for the first. You've got 3 other runners. Watch Me Win, Gold Rush Guru back from Sydney, and Seeking Stardom in the Queen of the South. Of those 3 remaining, who do you come here with the most confidence about?
I like all 3, really. They're all different profiles in different races. Watch Me Win's just sort of stepping into the proper sprint races, and he may start favourite in race 3, and he's just starting to have a nice sprinting profile and looking for black tyre. The Guru, he's come back from Sydney. That didn't really work out for us, so we've regrouped, and 2,000 metres hopefully sets him up for next week in the Derby, but he'll present well. And Seeking Stardom draws well in a race that she's really got to step up. Like, she hasn't really cracked it for black type yet, Group 2, but she's drawn well, and she's fit, and I think she'll race well as well.
Good luck.
Thanks, James.
Andrew Lewis there with JT as they load well here for the first, and Regal Azmon $2.10 now with Sportsbet, $7.50 for Air Assault, $8.50 for Aaron Bay, $9 for number 9 Tani Treasure. Big day for Brett Davis, calling all of the action here as we join him for the opener.
60. $6 Daniel Stackhouse, Lachlan Neindorf at $9, $8 any other individual jockey. Australasian Oaks, Robert Sangster Stakes, the 2 features on day 1 of the carnival. Welcome to Adelaide. Morphettville, the venue. First of 9. Day 1 of the carnival. We're underway. And Regal Azmon, the short price commodity, back in the early stages. The old stager Francis Boy humming along early. Tani Treasure and Banyan Buddha and Air Assault was only ordinary to begin, but he's now zooming around the field and he's outside of Francis Boy as they spin to the bend at the 12.50. Francis Boy half a length on Air Assault. Tani Treasure drops in for cover third. Banyan Buddha, Chicago Storm, Dolce Mede, Aaron Bay, midfield the rail. A length away, Surprise Coming, followed by Markin. And then came Regal Azmon, who's now off the rail. And third and fourth last from Magnetic Edge, New York Hurricane, and Pudding's the last one. Speed is only moderate. Francis Boy, he's done this before. He's slackened off the pace mid-race. At start 1:41 today for the old stager. He leads 3/4 to Air Assault. Chicago Storm, Tani Treasure, Banyan Buddha's had a sweet seat. Dolce Mede, Aaron Bay's under lock and key. Surprise Coming now, starting to release. Regal Azmon's going to tow him into the race. Then Markin, Magnetic Edge, New York Hurricane and Pudding's last. Air Assault's gone up to tackle Francis Boy as they turn for home. Chicago Storm joins him as well. Chicago Storm and Air Assault. They get past the old stager. Now wider out is Surprise Coming. Aaron Bay's joining in. Chicago Storm, Air Assault, Aaron Bay, Surprise Coming, Regal Azmon descending down the middle. Chicago Storm at the 100, joined by Aaron Bay. Chicago Storm, Aaron Bay, and then Regal Azmon launching late. And he might have arrived. Maybe Regal Azmon from Aaron Bay in a photo. Third might be Pudding, but Chicago Storm, Air Assault, Surprise Coming. They're all close up. Then Tani Treasure from Markin, who was next across the line. And they are followed by Magnetic Edge, and then a tiring Francis Boy from New York Hurricane, Dolce Mede and Banyan Buddha.
We await the photo finish, but we're hearing that he has arrived in time. Lockie Neindorf on Regal Azmon, the favourite, will get there in the final stride. It's a Quinella for the Philip Stokes stable. Aaron Bay lumped to 62.5 kilos. So brave, John Carlton. He's just been denied.
Great start for the Stokes stable and a great start for Lockie Neindorf on a day which provided him with so many great memories last year. They ran the race at a more moderate tempo than I thought they would, partly because Chicago Storm was slowly away, and that allowed those horses near the front a bit of a breather, and they were going to take some running down. Chicago Storm's run plenty of merit with it after being 3 wide, no cover, but the horses out wide have got to him late, and Lockie Neindorf has got there with a perfectly timed run.
Terry, you have winning trainer Philip Stokes.
Yeah, Philip, what a way to start Sangster Oaks Day, a day which is so special for you. You've won both of the Group 1s on 2 occasions.
Yeah, no, it's a great day, and it's always good to start off on a winning note. So both these horses have been building up for this and run accordingly. I thought Aaron Bay was very game and defeat with the big weight, and Regal Azmon down on the weights. We thought he'd only just got there, so you'll see these both back here in 2 weeks' time in the RA League.
OK, well, as I said, terrific start for the day. Go well for the rest of the program, mate.
Thank you.